And we are live Wednesday night with those guys. So how are you doing, Lawrence?
I'm good, man. I'm doing really good. I just got your alert. Wednesday nights with those guys is on. I like that. That means I got the bell clicked. So if I got it, everyone else should have it as well.
Well, those who have the bell clicked.
Well, that's true. And if you don't have the bell clicked, I suggest you do, because there will be times when Phantom Flight 101 won't be able to get on. And there may be times when I may not be able to get on and he may be covering, and vice versa. So make sure you click that bell for Phantom Flight 101 and Novice Quads. What's going on, man? What's up? Indigo Rhino. How are you, sir?
How are you doing tonight? Well, I'm, you know me, we speak all the time, man. You know, I'm just doing my thing. I'm, you know, things are starting to tighten up as far as, you know, football is concerned. The drone business is a drone business. You know,
Yeah.
I get out to fly in between here and there, and I get mine in, and mainly been working on video and stuff like that. You know, I did the thing for.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Have you come to notice that the more we dedicate towards those guys, the less and less of a freaking life we have?
I don't know who's listening, but I've been accused of you guys taking me away from my family and my life.
Okay, I got you. What's up, Drone Life RC? How are you?
Hey, Drone Life.
Drone Life and Rhino are the first ones here, and we highly appreciate it. We're going to start having, maybe we'll have some kind of giveaway, because I want to do an FPV giveaway. So we'll have some kind of FPV giveaway for the first person, or maybe the third person who comes in, or something weird like that in the future. We got to do it. But I also blasted that we're live now
What's
on
up, Indigo?
Those Guys New York City page, Facebook page. He says it's become.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's become a lifetime. Well, dude, I've been flying more FPV in the last week than I have in a very long time. And what's funny about it is the worse the weather gets, the more I can fly. Because when I can't fly my camera drone, my Phantom 4 or my Mavic Pro, guess what I'm grabbing? I was actually at the park today, Herman.
But you know what I do like to do though with the drone?
What's that?
It's like after it snows, if we really see if we really get a good snow and it's nice and it can sit on the trees in the park, man, to get those shots of the snow sitting on the trees.
Yeah, that would be really nice. And every year, why is it we can't get fall foliage?
I mean, we can. It's just that we've been so busy. I mean, like I said, I've
been busier this year than we were last year. I guess that's a good thing.
It's funny. It's just busy in a different way.
True.
But, I will say, like I said, working on so much video, like the one we did the things for, the Queen's Classic Car Club.
Yeah.
And the YouTube video for Queen's Classic Car Club. That took that was a lot of time. The shooting and the footage and putting the video together and the snippets for them and sending them pictures, and that took a lot of time, and that between that, the live stream, at one point I thought I missed a week, and I probably did miss 2 weeks without putting out a video, and then the video went out late. So it's been that.
Well, I was just typing the room. How are you guys? Hope all is well, because Indigo Rhino, he eats, drinks, and sleeps FPV, and he's been kind of giving words of encouragement to me while I've been going through my learning curve. And I've been flying. I flew in the last week. I've flown 4 days. Right. And it's including the day that the wind was blowing 16 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why I was telling you the same thing happened when I first started flying with the with the the Phantom and the 3, and I started doing those little videos. Started putting little videos on the YouTube thing, but before not YouTube, but on the Facebook groups before even going on YouTube.
Right.
And a couple of guys, they know who they are.
It's sunny. Drone Life says it's sunny and 60 there. And Rhino goes, man, unless you are a YouTube creator, you have no idea how much work goes into this. And you're 100% right, because when you're not doing something for your channel, you should be thinking about doing something for your channel. And that's almost become a natural thing with Herman and I. That's why I put up that picture in those guys on New York City group of the those guys FPV logo and Project Zen, which, by the way, Indigo Rhino, you need to join Project Zen. There's a lot of good people over there. Gino's also an administrator in our group. And I'm actually going to pull a page up and put the link, but he's actually doing a lot of things with Project Zen. I see him, he's making it into a brand, a label, and looks like he's going to go far with it, seriously, because I see his group has grown. There's a lot of great FPV flyers, and they go hard. They go hard with the FPV stuff. So this is the link to it. Copy. Let me put it here. This is the link right here. You don't have to be an FPV head to join this group, Project Zen. But I do want you to say one thing. You got the link from those guys.
There's a lot of good dudes over there.
Yeah, just let them know that you got the link. Those guys posted the link for you guys to join. And they'll know automatically straight up that you guys came from over here and that you're good people to begin with.
So yeah, like I was saying, Lawrence, I didn't know where I was going with this or where I could go with it, but I just started putting like these little videos I was making, nothing special, but it was my work. And Anthony Charles, I used to see his videos.
Yes, Invincible. You guys don't know him. His name is Invincible Don. That's his YouTube channel. I'll actually pull up his link too. This dude's editing skills way surpass a lot of people I know that have been editing. He's been flying Phantoms since they had the Phantom 2. And we're already at the 4, getting ready and into the Mavic series. So just to let you know, and he doesn't post everything on YouTube, okay, which is another thing.
See, I know him from Facebook groups, and he used to watch my videos. So, where guys would just like, say some foul stuff about your video because they didn't like it, he would always give me the little thumbs up, like,
And he's always got words of encouragement.
Right, and that's what caused me to just keep going on. That's why when I met you, I told you I wanted to learn how to edit.
Yeah. This guy that
didn't know nothing.
That's the YouTube link right there, guys. Invincible Don. We know him personally. In fact, he's been flying out here on a peninsula where I live for years. And that kind of helped push me into drones, because I'm like, who is this dude with these videos from out here where I live? I never see him. And he has some really, really nice editing skills. A lot of them are shorts. They're not full-length videos. But what he's trying to show you are his actual editing skills.
It's funny. I told you I'm seeing this guy. I'm telling you about this guy. I'm telling you about the guy. I'm like, yo, he live out by you. And we talking about the same guy.
Yeah. We had no idea. But his name is Invincible Don. That's his link right there. I won't give out his government on Facebook unless I have his permission. But Indigo Drone Life RC, you guys want to see some nice video editing? Check that out. And if you're into FPV or not into FPV, you just subbed him. Invincible Storm Films. Yes, he's not only a really, really nice person in general, but whenever you see him, he's got his boys with him. He's always taking them places. I mean, he's got his drone with him 24/7. In fact, he just lost his Mavic 2 Pro a couple of weeks back, flying up north. and he hasn't resolved that issue with DJI, but they are communicating, and we wish
Quick,
that they replace the drone that was lost, because he said it was just a sudden power loss.
yeah, the drone just quit.
Um, we try to enforce and have a practice of communicating with people and other creators and stuff like that, because you can't get any better than you are unless you meet someone that's better than you and you meet someone who's worse than you. And what I mean by that is, if you meet someone that's worse than you get better by teaching them. If you meet someone that's better than you get better by learning from them. You know, so it goes around, in full circle, trust me.
Well, you know, it's funny. You also learn from someone who's worse than you too, as far as
This is true.
as far as some of the things that other person does that you might not have done or you might be thinking about doing.
Right, but see, that's exactly how you learn. That's how you learn. You learn from people that are smarter than you and people that are not as smart as you. At least a wise person does.
Yeah, because
What is the number of lost drones like that? Are they high numbers or moderate? To be honest, here in New York City, they did a tally. If you remember, they did a count about 2 years ago in the NYC 5-borough drone group. Now, in a course of 1 year, now keep in mind this group has 1,000 plus members or whatever, but at any given meetup, they may have as many as 15 to about 20, 25 drone pilots there. And throughout the course of the year, and I was in the list. I made the list that year too. Remember when my solo went down? There were about 20, maybe 20, 23 drones that went down, compiled in a list.
Yeah,
And
but how many of them were failures?
Huh?
How many of them were failures?
As far as how many were failures, a good majority of them. We do have that dude that took his own drone out, if you remember him.
The T-bag.
so I figured that's why you were mentioning. And a couple of them were pilot error.
Right. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Pilot error.
In fact, you want to know what? There was more pilot. Hey, Chris Hope, what's good? There were more pilot errors than there were.
Hey, Chris, what's good, man? Sorry about that.
You heard, Herman?
Yeah.
There were more pilot error drones going down than there were actual parts burning out and stuff. Like mine went poof in the sky and just dropped, into the water.
That's funny that happened. Like, I wonder why.
I don't know.
I guess it was just it's time to go.
It was.
Motor just blew up.
The 3DR Solo I had, and 3DR Solo tried to tell me that there was no way I could see for less than a quarter mile away with clear blue skies, two puffs of smoke come out of my drone and I watch it go down. They swore there was no way I could see it. And when I described to them exactly what happened, I said it looked like both motors went out, which was the front right. No, it was the front left and the rear right motor, the clockwise spinning motors. And when they got it back, they were like, Mr. Clark, you were right. The two motors burned out.
Honestly, from just looking at it, you can see that that's what happened to it.
Yeah. But that
motors just
blew up. But I didn't take it as hard as I thought I would. I thought if my drone dropped out of the sky, you was wondering on those, what most of them were pilot error. And I'm going to tell you something. We have a very strict rule flying here in New York, at least Herman and I and a couple of the other groups. If you're going to fly with me, I need to know where the hell you at all times.
Well, we haven't had any mid-air collision.
What's up, Saigon Drone Flicks? How are you?
Not that I know of.
We haven't had what?
I haven't been at any mid-air collision.
And neither have I, knock wood. I mean, literally, I've seen some close ones. I have not been in any close ones, but I have seen a few close ones. And usually when there's a lot of people in the air, if you remember when I was with the other group, NYC 5-borough drone meetup, I didn't fly until everybody was on the ground or finished. People will be ready to go home and I'm having a ball.
That's
You're
what
sort of the same way in the way that you set up. Guys, let me tell you something. Herman, you remember Bugs Bunny when he raced the hare and that turtle was like, dope, dope, dope. Herman moves slow like that, setting up his drone. He don't care if it's raining, it's shining, they barbecuing. When he get his drone set up, everybody's usually down on the ground because that's how long he take. Or if there's people up, there's very few people up in the air.
I wait for all of the low battery warnings.
He does his
and now I'm ready to take off.
Right. He does his pre-flight check. He checks his props. A lot of you guys don't do that. So you might call this a tip for the week, Wednesday night tip. And that is 9 out of 10 of you check your screws, you check everything, but you don't check the structure of your props. And what I mean by that is you don't check your props for micro fractures and stuff like that. You look at them and say, oh, they're good. And then you just go, especially you racing drone guys.
You mean like feeling up and down the edge here for like any kind of
exactly
fractions or the edge here?
Well, that's true. You have to check the edges for micro fractures, and you can look at them. You can look at
this
them.
One?
Huh?
Remember this one?
Oh yeah. The cone flew off.
This is the one from over by the Throgs Neck Bridge. I'm like, the drone is coming back, but I'm like, why is the drone coming back like this?
Yeah. It was dancing.
The drone's coming back like this, and I'm like, the hub fell off the
off of the top of the prop, right?
Yeah.
Now, getting back to what Drone Life was saying, he says he lost a mini FPV drone in a flight with a hawk attack last year. Well,
whoa.
We have hawks here in New York too. They actually introduced the hawks here to take down some of the pigeon population. Well, that has worked. And the first hawks that they introduced, they put them up in a nest on top of the Empire State Building. To make the longest story short, those two original hawks, which are both dead now, are descendants of most of the hawks that are out on Long Island and have migrated to Long Island, which is kind of funny because now the hawks are controlling the seagull population out on the islands too. That if you have a midair collision with another quad, I wouldn't be mad. Hopefully I got the footage, dude. That's the first thing you think about in any situation like that. But
the second thing
here in New York City, I'm going to tell you right now, the wind right now outside is, hold on, I got to cut that off, make my screen brighter. The wind right now, according to UAV forecast at 300 feet is, come on, UAV, come on, fetching conditions, 24 miles per hour.
Wow.
Now, 24 miles per hour is enough to stop a DJI drone from moving forward, but not in sports mode. And I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure there's at least a minimum of 10 pilots out there flying. And we're not even talking about FPV. FPV don't even count because since I've gotten into it, I believe I'll be able to fly in up to about 30 mile per hour winds.
What did you say you have out there?
24 miles per hour at 300 feet.
Out here at 400 is 27.
Okay. But there are guys. What's up, Hadley? How are you, sir? Hadley, I've been an FPV flying fool for the last 4 days. I'd like to thank you for that. And she's still alive. And the first 3 days, I had no accidents, no crashes. Today, I hit 2 trees and a pole, and she's still rocking. So he built a tank. So this thing hit the pole, man. It said, "Doom." Everybody and then on top of it, you know, my park is usually empty, Herman, right? Yeah. During the week. Tell me why they brought 4 classrooms of kids to the park.
Because it'd be
so now I'm flying with my goggles, and all I hear is this little boy. Oh, look, a drone! So now the teachers are losing control of the kids because they're all looking at me standing in the middle of the field flying. You know. So after I landed the battery, I asked them. I said, "Look, do you guys need the field?" And she was like, "Well, we're going to eat lunch first, and then we're going to let them run around the park." I said, "Cool. That'll give me a chance to burn another battery or 2. And I went back out to the middle of the field and burned 2 more batteries and then let them have the field. EBR FPV. What's good?
Yeah, Hadley. I guess you built something.
Excuse me 1 second, dude. I excuse me 1 second. The stove.
Yeah, Hadley. I guess you built something he can't break. Because any other drone out the box, oh man, it'd be on that wall that wall of death that he has over there. Because everything he's bought seems that it'll fly a couple of times, but after a couple of crashes, done. Then there was the one that didn't work at all out the box. So I don't know. I guess you built a tank for him. So what you been up to, Hadley? I guess you all do know Hadley's famous. He flies a lot of FPV, and he's building drones now. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm back, but
okay.
I'm here. I'm like in the middle of finishing off making dinner and trying to live stream at the same time.
I'm reading here what Hadley is saying.
Hell, he says he's been thrashing on his for a few months now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better. Armatron Chameleons. You're rebuilding all your stuff. Well, if I ever do get the pair of goggles, I'm going to attempt another rebuild. That was my issue.
Yeah, I was telling Hadley that
buddy, how are you?
He built you a tank because everything else you've seemed to have been able to destroy.
You hear that, Hadley? You built a good one. I eat drones. I'm the drone devourer.
Look at the wall.
No. We'll tell you, look. These two work, this works. This needs a receiver. This works, that works. This one doesn't, and this one doesn't. So if it don't work, it's got to go.
Right.
Oh, so what I'm doing is that needs a receiver. I'm taking a receiver out of this one, and I'm scrapping the body, and who knows? Maybe I'll fling it across the street at the little kid or something. Hadley says he kills quads too. You know what it is, Hadley? When I first got into this hobby, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And everybody was saying, oh, just get this, get that, and I'll help you out. And when I got the radio, everyone was ghost. Later, Indigo, everyone was ghost. Oh, what's for dinner?
Hey, Indigo.
More of like a meat sauce for over regular spaghetti noodles. You know, one of those 30-minute meals you can make. Indigo, thanks for coming in. But I am going to say, when no one showed me how to set up my radio, you want to know who helped me set up most of the stuff that I have now? And they're dead. Blue Falcon, FPV. If you guys are in the FPV, you know who Blue Falcon FPV is. Oh, may he rest in peace. He helped me set up my switches on my radio. He helped me set up everything that I know. So I highly appreciate it. And if it wasn't for those videos and some help from a few other guys, I probably wouldn't be as far as I am now. But now I'm actually enjoying the flying part of it. Yes, please hit that like button.
You sent out any links?
Huh?
You sent out any links?
Who do you want? Oh, Mr. Crowley he can come in. I have actually
hit Justin.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. I hit Justin. He'll probably pop in a little later. I don't know. You had sent Paul and Val.
Yeah.
But Mr. Crawley, hold on a second. I'm sending your link now. And while you come in, you can actually, you and Herman can hold things down because I need to strain the pasta. I like to mix my spaghetti.
Okay.
I when you put sauce on the top and there's just raw noodle like that, I feel like I'm being cheated. I want every piece of pasta to be in sauce or something.
Wow.
EBR has everyone's flying 6 and 7 inches because Hadley seems to be on a 7-inch kick now. But
Yeah.
until I get a little more fluent with the controls and stuff, I don't need anything bigger. It's worse enough. You know what the problem is, Herman? Remember we were flying Croton Gorge Dam and you were flying through, and as you got to the hole, it looked like it was closing in on you, closing in. Well, imagine that happening at about 35, 45, 50 miles an hour. 20 miles per hour. That's what the problem is. Oh, Paul Murray says he did not get a link, so I will make sure.
How?
And one. Yeah, see, Paul, I'm glad you said something, sir. We're thinking that nobody is coming to hang tonight. Paul, your link was just sent. Give it 3 seconds. 2, 1. You should have it by now.
But I got the same internet as Roger.
I fly 5-inch mostly, but I do have some 6 and 7. Well, Hadley, it's sort of like it's sort of like when you lose your virginity. If you lose your virginity to a chunky girl, more than likely you're going to favor chunky girls throughout your life. And if you lose it to a thin girl, you favor thin women, and that's how life goes. I started out with a 5-inch drone, and I have seen a 7-inch, but what's wrong, her?
Nah, I was
by analogy.
Yeah, I was just wondering what happened to the disclaimer.
Oh, let me pull it out.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Crowley?
Okay, hold on. I have to read this. The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight. But you know what I mean. I started with a 5-inch quad, and I seem to favor them most. I saw a 7-inch, and I'm like, yo, that thing looks like a Cadillac. But I'm pretty sure later on down the line or somewhere to that effect, I'll probably wind up jumping up to a 6-inch or a 7-inch.
When I screwed something up.
Okay.
But I'm still happy because I have a 5-inch stretch frame and I have a standard 5-inch cross frame. So right now I kind of have the best of both worlds for now. I just have to put a receiver in it. Hadley's, I didn't fly a 6-inch or 7-inch for long. Today I flew a 6-inch again and forgot how smooth the flying is. You fly differently with a 6-inch and 7-inch. Yeah, I know. You need more room. Guys, I will be right back. Okay, I have to do this food thing.
Hello, Paul.
Okay. So what's up, Paul?
Mr. Crowley, how you been?
What's happening, man? How you doing, Herman?
I'm good. Just here. I was working on some editing, and me and Lawrence was talking back and forth, and doing a few things, and just talking with the guys in the chat here, talking about how also that Hadley, giving him compliments on the drone that he built because, you ever know that one kid when you were growing up that broke all his toys, that just destroyed them? Yeah, Lawrence is that guy when it comes to drones. So now that he's actually crashed, he's hit 2 trees and a pole, and the drone is still flying. If that was one of his out-the-box drones, it would be in the house dead somewhere.
Yeah, see, Hadley knows his stuff, man. He's built it, he's raised it, he knows how to how to do it, and he does an excellent job. I definitely am impressed with Hadley and his work. It's he knows this, he's got a lot of knowledge there too. So but yeah, that'll definitely hold up for him for a while, for Lawrence for a while.
I'll tell you, Hadley, you might have wanted to put bubble wrap on it for him.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Herman.
Yeah.
On editing, I have Power Director 718, no, Power Director 17. And
Not really familiar with it.
okay. Well, I
But
have
I'm,
an
I'm
editor.
still learning. I'm still learning when it comes to editing.
What's weird is I downloaded straight to YouTube from the editor,
Hmm.
and it comes out with a split screen
Hmm.
of the same thing. Twice this has done this to me now.
So why don't you
That's weird.
download it to your PC and then go to YouTube and bring it from the PC? And,
That's what I'm going to try next. I think I just save it under Windows because there's this place I can save under Windows equipment.
okay.
So I'm pretty sure I can save it under Windows. As long as it doesn't come out Windows Power Director, then I can download it to YouTube. And I don't know about Facebook yet. I'm way too new for this. And
because when I edit a video, I have it in the PC, and then I go to YouTube and pull it from the PC through YouTube.
but when it's in the PC, is it under a Windows program or is it under?
Hey,
It's
Paul.
under a file that I have for my completed videos.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, is that a bay window in front of you? I'm looking at the reflection on your television. Yeah, yeah.
These are all windows across this.
That's what I see. That's how I would have to have an office.
Yep.
You know, I would have to have an office. I with a lot of windows because I live in a basement now, and I've always lived up until this point, up until the last 22 years, in a place with. If I want to look outside when it's raining, I don't have to open my front door.
Yeah. See, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows, all face to the south to my driveway.
Okay.
Then I have this room off to my right has 1, 2, and the doors are glass doors with the shades in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 windows in that room.
Exactly, Hadley, and that's what I appreciate coming from a camera drone perspective, to be able to watch the sun rise or watch it set is usually really nice. Usually, being that I'm a morning person, I don't mind watching the sun rise because you actually sometimes get different colors in sunrises that you don't get in sunsets. A lot of people don't realize that.
Hard to get sunrise and sunset from your window in New York City.
Well, yeah.
Hadley, are you saying
The sun would already be up or behind a building somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. And living in the city, you're lucky to get sun at all.
Hadley, are you doing editing on the third on 3D?
What happened, Crawley?
I have 2 videos now, and I can't figure out why or how to change them back. That came out after I ran them through and saved them to YouTube from my editing program. It comes out as a split screen with the same thing on there. Hadley's saying that's 3D. I think that's what Hadley's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I want to ask,
that's what it sounds like. If it's split screen, if they're horizontally split screen, that sounds like 3D mode.
But how is it doing that?
Some editing programs can split your screen for 3D. I know
Adobe I have 3D capability.
Right, Adobe Premiere does it. And it's specifically for editing videos, or you're supposed to be for watching movies, but people do all kinds of crazy stuff with 3D now.
Right.
Don't upload it directly to YouTube. Check the file first. That's correct.
Right. That's what I always do.
Check the file extension. In fact,
you should
what do you use to edit?
PC.
What do you use to edit?
Power Director 17.
Okay, now you need to go into your settings and see what your save as settings are, because it sounds like that was changed. You understand? If it's saving,
I go in and pick out what I want to save it as.
Right. You need to make sure that, like a pre-flight check, you need to make sure that it's set to MP4 at all times.
MP4?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
MP4. You don't want nothing else other than MP4. Even if it's a 1080 video, if it's 720, I don't care. That's what you want. MP4.
All right. Cool, guys.
YouTube eats up MP4. They're actually large files, but that's what YouTube likes. So you give them what they like.
Well, I do watch it first. I watch the file first, and it shows me, it gives me a preview of what the whole view of the video.
Yeah, that will do. But right, in fact, if Hadley's right, if it says MP4 HD, do that. But it's usually standard at a minimum MP4. It asks you, no matter what kind of editing program it is. If it asks you for MP3, dude, get rid of it.
I would what I would do is try to upload it from the PC and not from the editing software.
That's another thing. Some editing software is a resource hog. Save it, create a folder. What I have is a completed video folder. And whatever I complete in Adobe Premiere or whatever I'm editing in, it automatically saves in that folder.
Yeah,
that's what I was telling.
Okay. And then you actually have a folder of your work, which is a good thing, because if you need to slide that folder onto an external hard drive, you can't.
You just slide the whole folder.
You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to picking a video here. Right. I don't know what formats you save in, like Hadley's showing right now. Always upscale to 4K, even when not a 4K to start. Depending on the type of video, Hadley, I could agree with that. Depending, I'm sorry to make the funny face, but depending on, and this is me personally, the views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel. And what I mean by that is, right, upscale from 1080, or it's better to downscale than it is to upscale. It's
because you can't go up, you can always go down.
Right. You see, your videos are 4K at 60, but do you take your 4K at 30 and then you're saying you make it 4K at 60? Because I was always taught to do it in reverse. You lose information. But you lose information upscaling and you gain information downscaling. So if I'm at 4K at 60 and I make the final render cut at 4K at 30 or 2.7, because it was at 4K and 60, that data is going to be a lot crisper and sharper. But downscale is hard on a system. It depends on what system you have. And Herman and I both have liquid cooled systems. But I do. But hold on.
Video.
But hold on. I do upscale. I would be lying if I said I didn't. When you take when you take a DJI video, DJI says it's in 30 frames per second. It's not. It's actually in 29.96 or 94. So which isn't true 30 frames, because YouTube will read it as 2.7 because it doesn't have that 3.0. When it's at 60 frames, DJI drones render at 59.96 or 59.94 also. So I take that frame rate and I upscale it to 60, or I upscale it to 30 like that. That's what I mean. Oh,
it'll do the 30, but it won't go to 60.
Hadley's saying he records in 60 frames per second or 90. Okay, well then you can't you can't do anything. All right, what's that? If you watch my videos on a 4K screen, you can't tell it was upscaled. I'd have to look at your videos. I was wondering what format you used. When you did that test on the Frostbite, I couldn't tell what resolution that was. I mean, you could look at the bottom of the screen and click the button, but
what is he calling upscaling? Because I'm not understanding it. Because if you don't have the frames, you don't have the frames.
I'm at a loss. I mean, I've always been told to downscale, but if you like he said, if you have the power to downscale and crunch all of that information into a smaller box, because that's what downscaling is. You have a box this big, 60 frames per second, crunch 30 frames per second. That I see. That wasn't upscale visual. That was oh, okay. That was an upscale visual in that video. I got you. Anyway, dinner's ready, so I don't have to run back and forth to
Really?
Oh man.
You gonna
Oh
share with me and
man.
Mr. Crowley?
Huh?
You gonna share with me and Mr. Crowley?
I know. I'm like,
Paul's back now. Now it's more of us. You gonna share with the
I
three of
I heard he was buying dinner.
that's what he's supposed to be.
Lawrence, yeah, what a
He's got
guy.
that cheap bastard look on his face.
Yeah.
It's very unselfish. I'm gonna mute for a while. Oh, let me just photo out of this.
It's okay, Mr. Crawley. I love you too. You have to be able. Is what?
What happened, Lawrence? You burned it?
What happened?
You burned it?
No, my
Lawrence,
nephew was taking the garlic bread out of the oven.
Go eat.
Garlic bread.
Lawrence, go eat.
No, I wait till after the live stream. But you want to know what, Mr. Crawley?
Well,
You want to know what I found out is it'll give you a stroke, but it's one of the world's best sandwiches that I've ever made at home. I went and got some fresh cut pastrami from Katz's Deli here in New York City. And I mean, they make overstuffed sandwiches. Their sandwiches are this thick with meat.
nice.
Okay, you're gonna pay 15 to 20 something dollars for a
It's
Hey,
sandwich.
worth it.
Lawrence, did you say cats like CATS? They're
No,
No,
KATZ.
what?
No.
Chinese.
No, the Jewish cats, KATZ.
Chinese.
I wouldn't eat at a place named CAT Cats. No, I'm sorry. But they're known for their overstuffed sandwiches. And you go
used
there-
to have shoot doors too.
Now, when you go for pastrami, they don't just have regular pastrami. They have garlic flavored pastrami. They have all these different pastramis. And what you do is you say, let me get one of these and one of these. And he'll cut you off a sliver. You're supposed to tip the guy $5 or $10 just for the sample. And then you tell him what you want for a sandwich. But you're going to walk out of there paying anywhere from 15 to about $25 to $27 for a sandwich. But I go, you get an Italian garlic bread, a frozen one from the supermarket. You heat it up real good, and you take pastrami from there and any kind of cheese you want, and you throw it on top of that garlic bread. Now, if your arteries don't clog after that, you're
Well, that's just like the sandwich over at Cubby's.
yeah. You mentioned something like that.
They got garlic bread. They take the Italian bread and they make garlic bread. And then they take a steak and they slice the steak up and put it on there with onions and mushrooms and cheese and everything. And it's like a I don't know, the big sandwich, and they give it to you with these steak fries, and like after you get halfway through the sandwich, you're sitting there like, "Ooh, I'm taking the rest of this with me."
I know that feeling.
Yeah,
Been
but
there.
getting back to what
And you're like,
Hadley was
damn, the
talking
car
about,
is so far away.
getting back to what Hadley was talking about, I gotta sit down and have a talk with him. I have to see what he actually does.
Who?
Because there is a photography trick of upscaling, and I've seen people do it with 24 frames per second. They've upscaled it to 48 for certain looks and styles. So I need to see how that works on HD, because I haven't attempted it. I've been living my life doing it the opposite. And if there's another way that I can make my video look a certain way, I'm willing to learn it. I mean, the guy built me a badass drone. I hit 2 trees today on a pole, and all I did was bend the prop back up.
Yeah, don't go preaching all that, or else you're gonna be punished. You'll be like, next thing you know, you'll be breaking arms. You
What
just say,
happened?
I made it through the day. Excellent. When you
I
land
did.
in a tree,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
you crash into a tree. I tree landed. You know what I mean? You
A
say
tree
stuff
landed.
like that. These are things you never go. It's been a long time since I've been pulled over by the police, or
True.
since I've had a flat tire. You know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
don't have to say stuff like that.
Okay, I got you. I'm
Right.
cursing myself, you're saying.
Yeah, because I went through it. I was like, wow, this is awesome. I haven't broken up. Next thing you know, broke my frame. I broke this, broke that, and I'm like,
I got you.
I
But
wanted to quit this
I've been
sport.
flying literally for about 4 days.
That's awesome. Good
Except
for you, man.
yesterday it rained. That was the only day. But since I went to the park the morning I went to the park with Justin, I went earlier that morning and burnt 2 batteries because I couldn't wait.
Newsflash: Lawrence was able to catch up to Justin.
Yeah, yeah. And then Justin came out here and we went back to the park And I had 2 successful flights then, and I was happy. Then the very next day, I went back that morning. Then it rained yesterday, and then I went back today. And I'm going to tell you, I'm in my glory. I mean,
You're
the
awesome.
park that I'm in is very boring because they just planted new trees because Sandy, the hurricane, came and just drowned everything out, etc. See, Paul does have an attack dog. He does. that dog's ready to bust
I
through the
don't know
glass.
what the hell's the matter with her tonight.
Somebody's outside.
Someone outside,
Or
right? A
ghost
rabbit,
behind you.
a rabbit, a
something.
squirrel, something.
No, I saw a ghost.
But
Yeah.
I'm really, really loving this FPV thing, and I think I need to take a chill. I went 4 days, and in 4 days, I was really, really happy
No
with
chill.
all results, and I want to stay that way. So I'm going to cool out for a day or two.
No,
I found
just
out
keep
what it
on.
was. It was cat came up and tapped on the window.
Oh, a cat.
Okay.
You feed
Yeah.
the squirrels, the
Bees on
cat.
window.
You feed the squirrels. You could bees have hives in your home. Hold on. You upscale for YouTube. YouTube craps your video, but it
What?
craps low quality videos even more. The higher quality videos, so you upscale your vids by adding extra information to fool. I got you. So by upscale, what you're saying is by upscaling, you're actually Well, that's the same thing that I do with my frame rate. Being that DJI, I found out why my videos weren't going up at 4K. And it was because DJI drones, it says 30 frames per second. If you look at the frame format in your video editor, it'll say 29.97. And that's not exactly 30. So being that computers are very logical and you need exact numbers, if it's anything below 30 frames per second, it's considered 2.8. So that's why I go from 29.97 up to 30 frames per second. And in fact, every file format for DJI drone does that. If it says 60 frames per second, it's 59.97. If it's 48, it's 47.
Yeah, I heard that before. I just never was. I never looked into it.
But
The resolution is the resolution you're looking for.
Right.
That's what you necessarily need.
Oh, that tastes so good.
But you said you uploaded it and it came up in split screen. That's definitely sounds like 3D
That's what I
mode.
said, to download it to your PC and upload it from YouTube to your PC.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah,
question.
Fool YouTube.
might have.
You've seen the Those Guys logo, right?
Yep.
Okay. If you've seen the Those Guys logo here, and if you notice on the bottom where it says NYC,
I
it'll
don't
switch
see.
out
I don't see Spider-Man on it anymore.
because of copyright infringement. If you
You
cannot,
guys got hit.
if you put it,
Not yet.
we're not that large to get hit, but to avoid it in general.
I liked it with Spider-Man.
I did too, but and he was actually had a spider web touching the drone prop. I actually did like it like that.
I did too. Hey, why don't change the NYC to FPV?
No. There's Those Guys, New York City, and then there's Those Guys FPV, which it's like a little umbrella under Those Guys. Those Guys NYC is also an umbrella under Those Guys. So you
But it
have your
seems like
FPV side of Those Guys, and then you have your regular camera part.
But I would look at it as Those Guys, New York City FPV.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
how
not
you
just. It's not just FPV.
Right.
True. So you have to, NYC is more generalized. I have DVR footage, very low quality. I upscaled to 2.7. That's why it looks best on YouTube. So you're upscaling your footage to EVR because I've seen your videos. I've been on your page and you're saying you're upscaling to 2.7. And it actually tricks out. That's interesting. I would have never known. You learn something new every day. So that's not actually like saying I could take something that's 24 frame. I'm going to have to play with that. I'm gonna play with that this week.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
am too. I got
upload a
bunch of
video
videos to upload.
I'm gonna do a video in a lower quality. In fact, I
You wanna
have
do
some
that?
some FPV footage I could use for that.
Okay.
Guys, we've
What'd you
rearranged
shoot
the
it
room.
in?
It's raining. What happened?
See the room that's rearranged now?
Okay, very nice.
Not
Give your-
bad. Now we got
give-
chairs there.
Give your
My
wife
wife
all
can
the
sit and watch me on YouTube.
give your wife all the credit.
Where's
Yeah, she
Rory?
can watch me while I play with my drones.
Where's Rory?
He's under my feet. Oh, he just ran in after her.
Oh, okay.
I'm no fun right now, and I'm on a computer.
It says Joshua Bodwell has a good video explaining it. EBR, if you could get that video, I'll give you permission to post the link, and I would like to put it in my watch later and watch it. I do believe, and a lot of people who know me hear me say this. Maybe I don't say it as a lot as of lately, but I do believe each one teach one. You know, I used to be a high school teacher, so if you can teach high school students, you can teach any damn body, especially with their attention span. You know, so you want to do a drop, Herman?
Well, the only yeah, okay. Yeah,
What were you saying?
I was gonna say, do any of you guys buy like the little candy from the little kids in the neighborhood type of thing?
Sometimes.
We actually do, Paul, but we don't buy skids of candy.
Well, I don't usually either, but what I did is she came over and she had different flavored of these, you know, the little
Oh, soft caramel.
and I ordered 3 different kinds.
Uh-huh.
She dropped this off today and says, no, that's all you ordered. I gave her a $20 bill. And it was I was supposed to have gotten $5 back because she didn't have change. I didn't get that either. But it's my neighbor, so I'm not going to say anything.
She basically paid $20 for a box of
But it's
candy.
a little box of candy, yeah.
Wow.
That's like the worst deal you've ever had, Paul.
Yes, it is.
It's gotta be. I mean, he gets
That's
deals
such a
on
bad deal.
He gets better deals on equipment than he does candy.
I know. You can buy a TV for less than that.
Well, I buy from the kids sometimes. I try not to because the problem starts
You
with
hate children?
no,
they come back.
I got my own candy to get rid of.
Yeah, I know. I used to
I
have that.
can't be bringing candy in from other kids and trying to get rid of the same candy too. That makes it kind of hard.
Herman was been out all over the neighborhood, all the different retail outlets. He's stockpiling for Halloween. He hands out candy by the fistful, and he's been pulling in all kinds of candy, haven't you, Herman?
Nope.
What's up, Mr. Rodney Bell, and how are you, sir? We
Rodney
appreciate
Bell.
you for coming in.
Listen.
Well, Herman, here's
the
what
kid-
I did today. I was thinking of you when I did it.
You pull the truck
I
up
went
and
out
candy.
to buy peanuts for my squirrels.
Uh-oh.
And
He got chocolate covered peanuts for a squirrel.
that was that's a week's worth. And so I said to the gals out there, they had all this Halloween candy. This is out at a big, big place.
Right.
I said, do you guys have any candy canes? No, we probably do, but not out yet. I said, you ought to put them out. I said, I was looking to buy candy canes. People would be talking about me all over town if I was giving out candy canes to trick-or-treaters.
Chocolate chip, double
Big as
chocolate
my
chip.
head.
There you go.
No, you can't give out candy canes yet, Paul.
No, but wouldn't that be cool? Give out candy canes. And kids would look at you like, what? Like you had 3 heads. There you go.
You'd be like, the kids will be like, oh, we went to Santa Claus' house. He gave out candy canes.
Yeah, you could even dress up like Santa Claus. That'd be a good idea, Herman.
No.
That's your Halloween costume.
Yeah,
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Oh no. That's not good.
You know what? We just gave Lawrence an idea. He's not going to admit to it now, but I can see him getting the Santa Claus outfit out and getting out Halloween candy.
I'm reaching for something because I thought I put it in this particular box, but obviously I didn't. I did. But This is part of my Halloween mask. I'll be
Uh-oh.
back.
Oh, he's got to put it on.
Check this out today, guys.
Yeah.
I ordered all these parts like 2 weeks ago from Bang Me Good.
Yeah.
You know,
They did too.
oh yeah. And then they sent me, you know, a note that one part was back ordered,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because I received that like 5 days after I placed the order. A second part was back ordered and split from the original order because it's going to be a month before I get it. So the rest of the order, which had all the parts I needed for my build, have shipped. Well, for 2 weeks it shows shipped and it never moved. And I kept asking them every couple of days, "What's the status?" It says it's shipped, but you're not showing movement.
I agree
Oh,
with
they
you,
sent me a
Hadley.
note. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I
Bang
like
Good.
that.
Bang Good is I joke and I call them Bang You Good.
I call them Bang Me Good.
They are good. I'm a VIP. I can't breathe in this shit. Bang. I had it on too tight. Bang You Good is good. You know why? Because I am what they call a VIP.
I can see him going to the door and get to the door and say, "Hi, kitties," and passing out. Boom.
Boom.
No, we're going to a Halloween party, dude. But
And then
Bang Good is good on certain things. I've been dealing with them for about 3-4 years now. And I've made it to a VIP level of number 4 of 6. Okay.
Paul, Paul, I'm gonna tell you something. If that happened to Lawrence, where Lawrence lives at, the kids would grab the candy and run, and they will not tell their parents what happened until maybe tomorrow sometime.
They'll be like, "Come on, Mom, he's taking a nap." Oh, see, Hadley's VIP number 5, and I'm gonna correct me if I'm wrong, Hadley, but I've noticed since I become VIP level number 4, I do get my stuff within a reasonable time. When I first signed up with them and I was VIP, I wasn't even VIP. I first started with them. It took me almost a month to get my stuff. Now I can get my stuff in about 2 to 2.5 weeks.
That's like me with Amazon. I'm platinum. I have my own people.
Well, so check this out. So then yesterday they send me an email.
So
They
if you
send
see
me
my
an
eyes
email.
roll up in, if you see my eyes roll up in my head like this, and I go to
Did
the
he
side,
fall off the chair?
shipping's got better, Hadley, but because of that clown in office, unfortunately, shipping may take a turn for the worse. In fact, the last thing I ordered from him was my iFlight Mega B.
What, the chipping?
But that's my costume. I'm gonna be a Venom, a dark Spider-Man.
Well, so check this out. The order that they said they sent
Mm-hmm.
got rejected due to security reasons and returned.
What happened?
I got an email that it got rejected at
The border.
the border for security reasons
Security purpose.
and returned back to them.
Well, you know, you
And they're
can't just
refunding me all my the money, which they did. They refunded me finally today.
you can't just add a grenade launcher in with the order. You know, that doesn't.
Yeah, but I don't order through those websites, that stuff. There's a different website you use for that.
I can see you ordering a rocket launcher or.
I'll take 2 of these Laws rocket launchers.
Excuse me, Sean, but you know we can't ship you plastic explosives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I know.
You
But yeah, so anyways, I canceled the order and now I'm trying to replace the order with Amazon has all the parts I need, but it's gonna be like $30 more for my order.
Yeah, but at least you get it.
And I'll get it in one day.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
far
that's-
behind.
And that's through Amazon.
Yeah, it's through Amazon.
You know what?
Yeah.
Amazon is getting slick now because there were drones at one time that you could not get through Amazon.
Right.
Now you can get these drones and they tell you, well, we can't promise it to you in a week, but we can sell you that you'll get your drone. And I'm finding out Amazon is going to companies like Bang You Good and Get F
You're buying them.
and other places to get it. And they're having it shipped overseas faster and it's getting through customs faster than the actual company. My only problem with that is you have to pay Amazon prices unless
Right.
you're a Prime member.
Right. And that was the whole thing. I was trying to save money, and I said, all right, I'll try Bang Me Good and see how that goes. And Bang Me Hard.
You know what?
That's always fun, is to bang me good and see how it goes.
Yep.
That's what I used to. That's what I used to always tell my ex-wife. Just bang me good, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to
do a
touch
lot of
that one.
shopping
It
on-
takes longer to climb the ladder the higher you go up. Oh my God, words of wisdom.
I shop a lot on Amazon, but Mr.
Good man.
Crowley, I always thought that I'm behind the times now, but I always thought the rocket launches and stuff like that was all cash and carry.
Yeah, but no, you can order it. You can order it and transfer
Yeah.
with Bitcoins.
Okay.
Not that I would know.
But you can order anything you want. It's just a matter of whether the police will be at the post office when you pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
They'll tell you
Wow.
we couldn't deliver it to your house. You have to come to the post office to pick it up. And
Well,
then you go to the post office and you get arrested. They had this couple here in the United States somewhere that ordered like 2 pounds of marijuana from Canada, of all
Hey,
places. They
Herman?
ordered 2 to 3 pounds of marijuana from Canada.
There you
And then
go.
the mail lady, it exactly happened. The mail person said, I forgot to drop it off. Can you come to the post office to pick it
Wow.
up? When the husband and wife got to the post office, they got arrested.
Yeah, the feds were all standing around there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Herman
Yes.
and Lawrence and Mr. Crowley, do you think I'm bad if I go off and fly a ship?
No, man.
'Cause
Come on.
I got one in the
That's what we're here
sights.
for.
It's just getting ready to. So I'm going to back out of here, my peoples, and everybody in the chat. I'll try and get back. We still got an hour, but I'm going to head
Can we
down.
do a drop?
Don't
before
worry
we
about it.
leave?
Fly safe,
Let's
Paul.
do a drop before you leave.
Okay.
Yes, let's do the drop.
You ready? Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by those guys.
See,
Okay, guys.
All right. Fly safe.
All
Yeah,
right.
I will. Mia loves to go. Bye.
We'll be here.
Well,
But
I have to see. I'm curious to watch the Joshua Bardwell video on Upscale.
He's excellent.
You know
Hey,
what?
I use him for a lot of my videos. And,
He
I
is
go
very,
back to.
very detailed.
Right.
He's very detailed. He's people call me monotone because I have very little expression and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm trying to liven up during my videos. If you noticed, if you saw the car video I did, I tried to add some energy to it. That's what I'm trying to do. And since I've been flying FPV, I think I have the extra energy now.
Nice.
You know, it's I mean, Mr. Crawley, that morning that I was waiting for Justin to come out here, the first day I was going to fly, those 2 batteries that I burned, I left the park on such an adrenaline rush. I live 7 blocks from the park and 3 blocks from the park. I was going, damn, that was fun. You know, I was just talking to myself saying, this is what FPV is. Hadley says F Bardwell.
oh, okay.
Rodney Bell, I'd like to thank you much. That car video is one of, I have 2 snippets from the car shows. Herman and I were invited by the Queens Classic Car Club to come shoot their car show. And we did it for a friend and it was fun. I mean, I had never shot a car show before in my life, but when we got there, Herman will tell you, I took off. Herman was like setting his stuff up. And when he turned around, I was like, yo, I'm out. And I was up and down the aisles with the camera. And I was using my Osmo. And I'm going to tell you something. I had a ball. Then we got invited to do the legendary Muscle Car Club, which was also, they were at this car show. Those guys know how to do a car show. They had over 100 trophies. And this parking lot, right, Herman? This parking lot was so crowded that if you came in early, and parked your car, there was a chance you wasn't leaving
Couldn't
until
get out.
after that place was shut down, because we had to climb over the grass to get out of the park. But they had over
a little tree. Had to get out.
they had 100. They had over 100 trophies, and they were giving away, which is a strange size, but they were giving it away anyway, a 43-inch screen TV. Okay, now
Extra.
I'm going to tell you one thing. When we left, the parking lot was so crowded that they had to take cars that were on display and back them out.
Yeah.
And move them, shuffle them around. When we left, there were 416 cars. By the end of the show, there were 500 cars in this parking lot. And when I say 500 cars, people that were parked horizontal like this, they weren't leaving until dark, because everyone in the aisles that was bunched in together. There were cars bumper to, oh my goodness.
They didn't arrange it properly. I don't think
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Because they had cars, parked side by side in the spots. Then they had cars in front of them.
Yeah.
This after a while.
Right.
In the aisle.
But it was good. It was a nice show. Hold on a second. You want to see a video of it real quick? I did a little snippet. I think that. Huh?
Ooh.
You want to show yours?
No, go ahead, sure. I don't.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second, guys. Give me a second. I won't be able to see the chat room, but this is one of the videos that I did. This was for muscle car, legendary muscle car clubs. Oh, completed videos. See, I have that folder I told you about. Completed videos.
I get the same
legendary.
thing. The folder for each of my drones that I fly.
Here it is, right here. All these. I don't know if you can hear it, but.
Ford boys.
I think it came out pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you can hear the music, but it's only about 2 minutes long.
$409. That's decent, huh? That's some nice paint work.
And this chick wouldn't give me an interview.
Yeah, that was a nice car she had, though.
Got like another 30 seconds.
That's a badass. Right, look at that thing. It's slammed.
And they better not hit me with a copyright infringement, because this is my work. Another 10 seconds or so.
Buick Riviera, Corvette with a big block.
All right, that's it. But
Nice.
pretty much, I had such a ball doing these car shows.
Did you see my burnout contest?
No.
I did a video of a burnout contest that they had. They put on the car show. They wanted me and my buddy to do their car shows.
Listen, anytime you get a chance to do car shows, do it. You make contacts. You make contacts doing car shows, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I met some people and stuff like that. I didn't.
Thank you, Jake. Hey, what's up, Jake Sloan? What's up, Jay Santiago? Thank you very much, guys.
But if you get the chance, check it out. I have one called Burnouts, and it's a burnout contest. It's like 25 cars that do burnouts. A parking lot.
I'll send you a link, Ray. Hey, Ray, did you know that by 7:30 Big Matt's going to be out here? He's coming all the way out here to shoot the train bridge. The only thing is, at night, it's the only thing lit up out there, so he should have some decent pictures. I wish he had a car. I sent you that link, Ray, because had he had a car, he could have went down to the Marine Park Bridge, which is lit up even better at night. But this train bridge that they're talking about is just outside the 2-mile danger, Will Robinson warning
Warning.
of JFK International Airport. If
Warning,
you
Will
go,
Robinson.
see, you remember that, Lost in Space.
Warning.
For you young guys, you wouldn't know
That's
nothing
before my
about that.
time.
Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that.
What's up, Cool Bick?
But this train bridge is just outside that 2-mile zero ceiling radius. And it's a great shot. It's along Jamaica Bay Wildlife Preserve for birds. And in the evening, like now, the sun was supposed to go down at 6:04 or start going down at 6:04. And it's right at that perfect angle where you can catch the bridge in the background and line up your shot. So
that's when we caught that sunset, Lawrence.
yes. That was one
That's
of
what
the
all those
classic
birds was
videos.
for?
Huh? What's up, Ray?
That's what all those birds were for?
Yeah, out there, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
They're all in fact, now if you go to Air Map shows you areas. Now, and I want you guys out there to hear this, especially you guys in NYC 5 Borough, because I know y'all been coming out here trying to fly the train bridge and stuff like that from other parts and flying to it. I'm gonna let you know, check out Air Map, because there's a red area. If you fly in that red area and you post that video on YouTube, there's a chance someone will be knocking on your door. And don't say you haven't heard it from me. And I heard this I've heard this straight from a national park police officer.
Where are you talking about?
In Jamaica Bay Wildlife Preserve. I'm gonna pull it up on.
Check this out. My buddy who was doing the car show, he did this car show that I didn't go to, and he went over the crowd with it. And the FAA contacted him and said, just as a reminder, there is no action to be taken, but you are not to be flying over crowds.
Yes, and what it is, they're watching, but they're watching people. They're watching extra hard. They're in these Facebook groups. They're in Tumblr. They're on LinkedIn. They're on all of these social media sites. You know. So okay, now here's the situation. This is where I live right here. Now, the red area that I'm talking about in the wildlife preserve starts here. If you're caught flying anywhere in that area of that red spot, now we're not even talking about JFK International Airport, which is also up here. And they show that as having a 0 altitude, at least Air Map shows 0 ceiling. But this particular area is just, hold on.
So how
where
can
the
you
train
shoot
bridge, hold on, where the train bridge is right here above my finger. You see where the land is in light blue? The train bridge is right there. And then the wildlife preserve starts, because right now that they're migrating and it's their breeding area. Yeah.
Then that means that you can't really shoot the whole thing.
No, you can shoot the bridge at that angle from my peninsula, but you can't go too far past it. Remember how 2 years ago we went there and we could fly from there to the next train station?
Yes.
You can't do that no more. It's a red zone. I don't know if you're going to hit a geofence or what, but I know if you're caught filming something in that area past that red line and they find out about it, you're going to get a knock on your door.
This is like the no fun zone no more.
Later, right? Later. It looks like tight quarters to fly. It does look like tight quarters to fly.
You muted, Ray. I can't hear
your own life.
What's up? What's up, Ray? I'm going to pull up this picture if I can find it while you guys talk. Give me a second.
Yeah, Ray.
Go on.
Look at it. I'm listening to you.
No, I couldn't believe that the FAA sent him a letter like that, an email. Because they got his information on email. All they did was look up his name on their information, and they looked up his personal information on the FAA, was 107, and that's how they got to him.
Oh, see.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what's funny about that, but because when we did the car show, we weren't going to do any drone footage.
Right.
See, I did it because I went to
People-
the side and up,
That's what we
Right.
did.
and then
But
went
the
around
people-
like this. But I went around the whole group.
Right, but the people who was having the car show wanted us to do a flyover and was like, well,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
we can't fly over people. And they were like, well, we want to fly over.
Yeah. Yeah. They were pretty persistent with it. But look,
But the rules
we
is
can't
that
hit-
you could fly over people if you were part of the event. That's the rules.
if you're part, we were part of the event. We were
you
the
could've
film
flew over
and
people,
camera
that's what
crew
I'm
of the
saying.
event.
Yeah, the person who running the event told they wanted to fly over, so you were clear.
Listen, the president of the car club said,
Yeah.
yo, y'all can do it. He said, just don't fall or nothing.
Right, and y'all did it, right?
Yeah. No, he said, we want these shots, but do not fall on anything.
Yeah.
He said, in fact, his exact words were, keep it in the air. We don't want it to fall on nothing. Don't fall on nothing.
I would have just said, well, then you got to be accountable if anything falls.
Well, being
But
that
check
he
this
said
out.
you could do it, he's accountable because he allowed
We-
him to do it.
We were talking about the train bridge, right? This is it right here. Okay. And this is it. Now, right here where
That's
the
pretty
mouse
cool.
is, present day, you can only go to the end of this strip of land right here.
Okay.
Present day. But 2 years ago, and maybe even up to a year ago before Lance, we could fly down here where the mouse is. That's another train station right there. JFK International Airport is to the right of this, and it's right outside their no-fly zone 2-mile limit. Hold on, I'm trying
Now,
to see.
can you go the
See-
other way?
Now, see right here, that's JFK International Airport. This starts the wildlife preserve, all of this red area over here. What were you saying?
Can you go the other way?
To the left?
Yeah, you
Yes.
see, like going.
Yes,
the
we
other
can
bridge,
go. Yes, we can go to the left,
going
right
towards
here.
the high school.
Yes, where you flew down this way, down the canal towards the high school, you can
Uh-huh.
go in that direction. Yes. I'm
Now,
trying to see
this-
if I even have a shot in
These
that
pictures
angle,
you got
but I
here.
don't.
These pictures you got here. This is not from the day that we went.
No.
Okay.
That was that was when I had the Phantom 4 Standard.
Yeah, that's when I went out there with you.
Yeah, but that wasn't from the couple of times that we were there. No, definitely.
Excuse me 1 second.
Because the
guys.
one time we stood next to the tracks.
Yes. And now we can go back. We can go to that spot again. Now that the fence is up, now
Okay.
since Transit Authority put the fence up, we can, because fishermen are still going back there. Okay. Drive safe, Hadley. Good Lord. Could you imagine hitting one of those cars? No, I couldn't, Jake Sloan. That's why when they were like, you guys, we want to fly over to,
Right. I didn't want to do it.
yeah. So
All you gotta do is pull up a firm and get your insurance for the day for a couple of hours, bro. I've done it like 5 times already, man, just to be covered, to be safe. No
yeah,
doubt.
now, but see, now you can do that. I don't know why I even didn't think about it. But
Just keep the bird up high and get the fly over and get it over with. As
right,
long
we
as-
were like, they had the street lamps. The street lamps, I think, were maybe 3 or 4 stories high. So
If that.
we were above the street lamps. In
Just
fact,
above
one
the
time
street
we flew over. Somebody's like, "Oh shit, someone's flying a drone here too. This is a badass car show," And there was just us doing a run, but we pulled it off. Herman got some great footage of the cars. I got some great footage. Both car clubs got great footage, and we're hoping they invite us to more because we definitely want to go back. Now, what's the deal? Tomorrow night we going flying?
That's what we said.
Okay. All right. Because I should be home about 4 tomorrow. That'll give me enough chance to come in.
So I
Excuse
made
me.
the comment. I told Martin what's going on, and then Jackson chimed in on it with clapping hands. Does that means he's going?
I guess so. I'm guessing so. That's a high.
What?
It actually looks like 2 hands praying, but believe
What?
it or not, that's a high 5.
Yeah, he's clapping. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So
What?
now he works.
Saturday?
He works in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. You know that, right?
Oh, okay.
Martin works over there.
Yes. He works over there in one of the studios. I can't say for what network, but he does work over there for a cable channel.
Yeah, I know where he works.
Yeah, so that would be good. And what would be even better is if he could get us inside the Navy Yard, which I'm not hoping for, but if he could, that would be badass.
You don't need to go in there. You can fly right over and get whatever you want.
True. But to
Definitely
take
ain't nothing there to
true. But to take off from inside there with permission would be spectacular.
Okay. Take your drone up there and act like you're going to land and then go right back up. You do what John did. John, remember John did that with his drone.
Jake Sloan, thanks for coming in.
Went over to the
Seriously,
construction site with his drone and landed and
we
tried.
appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
What was you saying? He tried to land?
He had to land it in the yard over there in the construction site. Then he tried to take off and it wouldn't take off. So he had to go climb through the gate to get it. I remember he was telling me that.
Oh wow. Wow.
Too much.
I thought a few of those people would come through, but you know what? It's the middle of the week. Cheers, Jake Sloan, and thank you much. We appreciate you, man, for showing those guys so much support.
Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it.
Every Wednesday night here and every Sunday night on my channel on Novice Quads. I'm on his page under recommended, and he's on my page under recommended.
You ever check out Jake's show? It's pretty good. I gotta stop by there again. Jake Sloan. You ever check out his show? He's you know who he is. He's in Alaska.
Yes. Oh, yes. He's the dude that was like, yo, I had to carry my 30-aught because they had polar bears. Yes. I remember. He has some classic videos.
Polar bears.
What's up, Al Diaz? How are you, senor?
Al.
Polar bears?
Yeah, he's got polar bears.
Yeah, Jake Sloan. If you want to see some Nat Geo type camera drone footage, check out Jake Sloan's channel. He goes hiking. I mean,
yeah, he goes to get it.
Yeah, they go to get those shots. The kind of stuff he does, let's just say I would do everything but the opposite. Where he's in an Antarctic or in Alaska, I'd be in the Philippines somewhere shooting the same thing, and where it's warm at, because his camera work is good, his editing's good. He does more like documentary type stuff, and he knows how to fly. Oh, Al Diaz is stuck in traffic, and I hope you're using your car voice chat to chat, sir. It's California time. That's right. It's 6:21 here. So, okay. Oh yeah, afternoon traffic over there.
Yeah,
on the West Coast.
Well, in California, I gotta come after practice.
Okay.
In California, you guys gotta have an earpiece when driving, or you can or you can just hold the phone.
Nah, no, they don't need no headpiece. They don't need no damn helmets to ride a motorcycle out there. So you know they don't need no phone.
You have a valid point there. But hey, Explicit, what's good? Explicit FPV, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. But what I'm gonna do, Ray, is I'll probably be home at 4, which means I have to be by you by 5:15, 5:30. I'm gonna have to get on a train about 4:30, 4:45. Because it's technically a 40-minute, 45-minute, but if a boat's going through that bridge, that's an extra 15 minutes.
Yo, you know what happened to me the other day? You're right. You know the bridge over on.
Al says he's breaking the law.
The bridge over there by the canal.
Okay.
Underneath the expressway.
Right.
I was trying to get to practice. The bridge was open.
Wow.
I'm sitting there, and dudes is beeping their horns. Trucks is like, wah, wah. They brought the bridge down, but the other thing, the gate wouldn't move.
Get stuck down, yeah.
And oh man, the horns blowing, and I'm sitting there watching the clock. I'm like, I can't go nowhere. Watching the clock, I'm late for practice.
That's about 5:30.
No, that was around between 3:30 and 4 o'clock.
Okay, because they got that one that time, and they got the last one is like about 5:30. You don't want to be on that one because tugboats and everything come through at that time because they're working on the other side of the bridge. Man, that's a nightmare. I remember years ago, man, before they fixed that bridge, a couple of my boys was in the cab, and that cab went right in that water, and they all died, man.
Damn.
Hey, Al says you got to wear a helmet out there.
Got to?
He says you got to wear a helmet out there in Cali now. You know why? So that
Pennsylvania,
way,
I don't think
so
you have.
that way
Pennsylvania, you don't. I don't.
Yeah.
you got to wear a helmet in Cali, so they don't have to scrape the rest of you up off the sidewalk. It's all in the helmet.
Well, it's a good deal because you can get Cali in Cali. So hey,
I don't understand why everybody says scrape up the rest of you. They never scrape up the rest of you. They hose it down.
That's right.
They don't scrape that up. They hose it down.
Explicit FPV says Cali going soft. They make you wear helmets now.
After they get the big pieces, they just hose the rest of it down.
Oh, you mean after they pick up the bones and the clothes?
Yeah, and the guts. Yeah, they just hose the rest of it down.
Brain baskets. Explicit says they call them brain baskets. That makes a lot of sense.
They send in the fire department because all they smell is your skin burning.
Yeah, right. And Ray, right now, if we was out flying, it would be pretty good. I mean, the wind is only about 24 miles per hour, but that sun got that nice orange color to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's slowly transitioning to that pinkish purple.
Yeah.
But that spot that you hit over there by Smith and Ninth, I want to do that.
I know that's what we were supposed to do that night.
I know, man. What's up, Drone Shots? How are you? Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys.
What's up, Drone Shots?
Now, let me see. I've sent out invites to people, so I don't know what's going on. Is Val coming on after you or no? You have no idea because no one's spoken to her.
I haven't. I mean, hey, Drone Shots. How's it going, man? I'll wait and see what happens if I see a.
Oh, I do have drone news. I have it bookmarked right here.
What?
Let me just share the screen so you guys can read along, and let me copy the link so you can read the entire story. I'm just going to skim through it.
I had a teacher that used to say that.
But this drone news is effective starting December 20th. ID requirements for drones is coming soon. Effective December 20th, the FAA released its notice of proposed rulemaking on remote identification requirements for drones, meaning effective as of December 20th, any drones made after that date will have to have some kind of transponder inside them. Now, I'm going to tell you, hold on. I'm going to tell you that's a lot of bullshit. You know why?
That's why.
Because I can tell you here in New York City, now hold on, let me finish reading it. Remote ID is considered essential by the FAA for beyond visual line of sight operations, meaning, and law enforcement wants to be able to identify reckless or unlawful operators. Now, I'm going to tell you why I say that this is BS as far as them wanting every drone to have some type of transponder. Because here in New York City, the police helicopters are already equipped with a device that can see your drone and they can see the controller. So if they can see your controller and they can see your drone and they use this to triangulate police to exactly where you are. All right. So if our present day drones can be identified in the air, why are they putting another piece of equipment inside your drone just to bleep out your signal when they can see us already?
It's a beacon. It's a beacon, you know.
Well, I understand. No, Al Diaz says Herman is high school football season over. They're just getting started, bro.
Right.
No, it's mid-season.
But getting back to what I was saying about
just past mid-season.
That transponder thing, it's a way for them to put another tracking device in another device that you own.
Right.
And I want you to know that your drones already have tracking devices because they connect to satellites, and anything that connects to a satellite is screaming, hey, I'm here. I'm touching this satellite and 12 others around me.
As long as you turn that DJI Go 4 app on, they already got your ID. Boom.
Yeah, but that's not what that's not what that
Right,
is.
But they working together with it,
that's being for recognizable for other aircraft.
For commercial. Because they're getting ready to open up these drone highways. They already opened up they opened up a 50-mile corridor upstate New York already.
You know,
all right, they're ready to get these highways going.
Watch the symposium. You would have heard all of that because you have to have it for these beyond line of sight flights. That's why.
Yes.
You know, that's why I say like UPS and everybody is talking about being the first, and I got this and I got that. That's all bullshit because the FAA is letting people write their own ticket.
Mhm.
Then the FAA says, well, where do you fall? Where does that fall under our category?
Right.
You understand? So for them to be able to have beyond line of sight flights, these drones have to have this. So the manufacturing rules start to change. And
Explicit FPV is right. If we wouldn't have to have these, we wouldn't have these problems if people weren't so stupid and doing dumb stuff with them. Well, look at it. You guys saw in the news those guys that dropped a cell phone, some drugs, and I think and something else into the prison with a drone.
well, here's the next thing. We have these things that are made and they put them on, they're designed to go on your drone to be able to drop things.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the federal government, the FAA, go after the legislation to stop the manufacturing of shit like that?
Those are third-party companies that are making these devices.
But the United States are also importing these things for sale here.
Yeah. That's true.
Somebody's
Now-
brokering that to come here to sell it.
Now, if you make it mandatory, I have to put a parachute on my bird. I don't mind that. But if you're complaining about me flying
Well,
over
that
a
should come
river,
from manufactured.
my question is, with that prison also, how come that there was no drone detection devices there? Here in New York, they have them. You try to go near Rikers or that federal prison over by you, Ray.
They got the boat.
You try, right. They have a boat that, well, Ray knows the people over there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about to say, I flew around that building plenty of times.
Right, but you know what the building is, and
Right.
you've never flown. You've never
Rikers
flown
got the
over
boat.
it. You've flown around it to get to
Right.
somewhere,
Right.
but you've never flown over it because you know.
Nah. My boys be up on the top of that building playing basketball up there, man.
No, they got the boat over by Rikers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, the next
Yeah.
4 years, 5 years, that shit gonna be closed anyway.
true.
Yeah, about 6 years from now, it'll be closed down.
I'd say about that because
Then,
they're already
then we
making
be able to
plans.
fly over there.
Before they can close it down, they have to build these prisons and
And they
everything.
already starting to build them already. They got the one it's gonna either be in Sunset Park somewhere,
Yeah,
Darcy. Out in the,
I can also see them having to expand Brooklyn House because Brooklyn House is not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to transport and circulate that quickly.
that's true. With
Because
every
Brooklyn House
barrel,
already got enough people. Because think about it, the people when they was after you go through Brooklyn House, you was going over to Rikers if you didn't have that bail.
what they're gonna do now, Brooklyn House is only gonna be set up when you gotta go to court. You're gonna go to Brooklyn House and wait a couple of days before you go to
a
court.
transition point like
Yeah,
central
that's
booking.
that's what Brooklyn House is gonna be from now on.
The saddest part about that is that the guys, just like when we're talking about Kings Park and all of that, where they transferred who they needed to transfer and who else was ever like, you look good, get on out there.
Yeah.
That's what's going to start happening with the jail system out here. You put these smaller jails in each borough, except for bougie Staten Island, that says we got criminals, but we rather send them to Brooklyn.
Well, there's a lot of older mobsters out on Staten Island, so
Yeah, but
that's how that
come-
goes.
That's why they want to come to Brooklyn.
Yeah, they don't want they don't want that near their people.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that's what it is.
Gonna be further to travel.
DJI drones will not go into no-fly zones. Not necessarily true, explicit. Especially here in New York, there are so many different types of no-fly zones.
Yeah.
Like there are some that you hit. Remember that night we was flying from over by Tesla, Ray, and we found out that little bubble was outside Lower Manhattan. Remember we was at Tesla, and he's like, "Yo, I can't go any further." And we found out that bubble was there. So that lets you know, okay, this is where the wall is. And if you look on your map, you'll see a line. You stay
Where?
outside of that line, you're good to go.
Where is this line you said?
The one that I hit going in when we were flying from Tesla to
Okay.
through Brooklyn that night. there's a line in the water around Lower Manhattan, and if you get too close to that line, your drone just stops in
Battery
midair.
Park side or
On the park side, yeah, on the park side of Lower Manhattan.
that's odd.
Well, I had a problem there, and it just told me, okay,
So
they don't. Once I looked at my map and saw that it was a line going around that area, once I backed up from it and went around the curve of it, I had no problem.
Does it go all the way around to the Freedom Tower?
I could not tell you that. I'd have to pull it up and see.
I thought that the bubble went across behind the Freedom Tower.
It does. It heads uptown past the Battery Tunnel. I mean, past the Battery Park.
Okay, so what you're talking about is going towards.
What's up, Big Mac?
The what do you call it? The seaport.
Yes. Hey, Big Mac, I thought you were going to be out here tonight, man. The sun is going down, unless you're on a train listening and you're above ground, because it's 6:34.
That would explain the return to home.
Yeah, exactly.
When we were over in Dumbo.
Mm-hmm. Yes, near the bridge.
That's why my drone wanted to return to home.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Oh, he's in the Bronx. So you're not coming out here tonight. If you're still in the Bronx, you ain't coming out here. To be honest, it's a great golden hour spot. It's a great spot during the day. But at nighttime, it's the only bridge over there, dude. And it's not lit too well. It's lit at both ends, but that's about it. I was trying to make it out there. I'm going to have to go on there another time. Well, just let me know in advance, man. I'll try and work out meeting you or something to that effect. And it is 6:35 on Wednesday nights with those guys. What's up, Mr. Crawley? What are you doing? Shopping on Amazon, man?
Yeah, I was just frustrated with that whole thing. I had to reorder the same parts, pay more. You know what I mean? It's just, I get aggravated with little shit like that. It's like stuff that I need for my drones, and but I'm like a little kid in a candy store when it comes to shopping with drone parts. Now I get everything FPV. I just got I had gotten some free prize from something. I forget what it was for, and it's one of those Uniflies.
Yeah.
For when your battery falls off, it gets disconnected and your drone crashes.
Right.
It sends off an alarm.
Yes.
It doesn't even need to be connected with batteries. They sent me one of those Unifies. Not Unify. Yeah, something like that. I'm psyched. You know what I mean? I'm like kid at Christmas time.
Oh, you can't wait now.
No, now I'm like, I can't wait to do this build. This is going to be one fast little drone.
Well, I can't. I'm droned out for the minute. I mean, I have some FPV birds that I can fly with, and in 4 days, I got 4 days of footage.
Yeah.
So that's what counts. I even took the Cinewhoop out, and I found out that the VTX on it, I remember when I was messing with it, I turned to VTX. It has a 25, 200, and I think a 600, and I made the mistake playing with it, thinking that would boost the VTX signal, and I put it up to 600. And what happens is, once you go, finding out, Hadley mentioned it earlier, once you go past 200 milliwatts, your signal starts getting real snowy. Now, why that is, I don't know, but all I know is I need to change the settings back down to 25 milliwatts.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. Mine's set for, I think it's at 400.
But optimum for this bird should have been left at 200, because since I changed it from 200, I've been having the VTX issues.
Yeah.
Like the VTX, because it pushes more power, it gets hot quicker.
Right.
So it's at 600, and I could tell after about a minute and a half, 2 minutes flying it on a 3-cell, it starts getting interference from the heat that's coming. So I definitely need to bump it back down. I haven't been to New York City in a very long time. Well, Explicit, you need to get the hell up here, man.
Yeah.
There's FPV spots, there's camera drone spots. New York is the place. Well, I can honestly say right now, there are places that I've flown 2 and 3 years ago that are unflyable now. You know, but as far as the FPV tip, there's a lot of stuff out here to catch. There's Brandos and Bandos. For those you don't know who Brandos are, We fly Brandos all the time, Herman, and don't even know it. Those new skyscrapers,
The
they
Brandos.
call those Brandos.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
So, but we flying with our camera drone.
I'll tell
FPV
you,
is a true addiction. My thing is, I've been into it a lot longer than I should have, and it was because I didn't have contacts. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to do that. So in the middle of doing research and trying to do stuff for my regular camera drone stuff, it's always been an issue because I would get stuff from Bang You Good, and they would send me the wrong receiver, or they would do this, they would do that. So now that I know where to go for certain parts. You go here for VTX, you go here for batteries, you go here for this. Now that I'm leaving these Chinese companies alone a little bit, like Bang You Good, I would get a frame from them anytime because you can't beat their prices on frames.
Okay.
All right, seriously, I get batteries from them.
Thanks, Jay. You guys make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, but as I get more into FPV, I'm learning a lot of the stuff that issues I was having, I could have avoided had I took a certain route in the beginning instead of the cheap way.
Right. Yeah, same here. Same here.
You know,
Well, one of the things that I'm learning on the FPV is like how to corner and pull out of the corners and like maneuver now.
Oh, dude.
You want
to see something?
Hey Matt, whenever you want me to come and pick it up, I'll come by and pick it up.
You want to see something real quick, Mr. Crowley?
Yeah, definitely.
You want to see something? Hold on. This was shot today, in the park where I went today, and I need to move this over here because that's in the way, and I won't be able to switch between. Okay, here we go. D. Racing drones, QQ Falcon, finally sunny day. Here. This, I figured the best way to learn how to climb and dive was to have an obstacle in front of you that you had to fly over or you would hit. Okay, hold on.
Did you hit the backstop?
There we go. So what I did was I used this fence as my little practicing tool. Now I still herky jerky. Yeah, I am big time FPV noob, but yes, I almost just missed the fence there. But
you meant to do that?
No, hell no. I was like, oh shit, that was close. But I would use this fence as a little guideline to practice little stuff up against, and it seemed to work out pretty good. I was happy, and I did do a half loop and forgot the power out of it and wind up just missing a puddle, which was interesting. But that as you get into it more and more, you start to do stuff like this and get bolder. And I didn't have to beat as close, but I figured if I would have less to walk if I hit the fence, you know, but that was basically what I did today. I played around with the fence, and their kids are down at the other end of the park. Usually I would be at the other end, but unfortunately they were taking over the park. 4 classrooms full of screaming teenagers on sugar and everything else. You know, but that's basically it. There's nothing special, but I'm learning all of this stuff I do in liftoff on a simulator with no problem. Right. And it's funny because now that you have a real drone to do it with, you're a little more cautious. You know, you tend not to take those risks that you take in the simulator.
Oh yeah, especially when it's your drone, you know.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm cool now. Now well, when I do this build, I'll have 4 or 5 inches and a 7-inch. I mean a 6-inch, and I have the extra drones as I needed. So when I'm not out doing something, when I'm out just learning, I bring a certain drone with me that if I crash, I crash. I've already replaced the parts. I've already fixed it. I got 2 of them that have been damaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just bring those with me, and I don't take my favorite drone out with me. I take it out afterwards and then mess with it.
Right. Well, see, that's what I did. I took this 3-inch Sinwhoop here. That's the one having the VTX problems. And I was like, I can't change the VTX because that VTX, believe it or not, is plugs into the board, which means it's proprietary.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to find out where those plugs lead and what those plugs are, and then I'll be able to solder another VTX to that particular board. But for now, I don't care. I'm messing around with this 5-inch here, and like I
Can't
said,
get
this
one
other
from the
stretch
company?
5, I have to put a receiver in, and then I'll have 2 birds to fly at the park.
This drone that I'm building now is gonna rip.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one badass little drone. I'm wicked excited for it now. Now I get it all laid out at my bureau, all the
Yeah.
parts. I'm like, I just need my motors and a couple of little things.
Lawrence, you can't get that part from the company,
What part?
the VTX unit.
From Gap RC?
Yeah.
I haven't tried to contact them directly. I've been having so much fun flying this bird here that Hadley built that I've literally have put stuff on hold, but this is a priority. I take the receiver out of here.
Customary one dislike.
What happened?
I got the customary one dislike. Wait, nice.
Well, I should contact them tomorrow while I'm on break in between jobs because I got 3
That's right, you're
jobs
working
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm trying to push this video for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
of
But
the
as soon as you
cranes?
get off of here, you're gonna have to start streaming. I mean, getting on that video.
Well, I mean, I've gotten past the difficult part of it, which was finding the music, cutting the music, and that transition part of the video. So I have an idea where I'm going with it, or where it's supposed to be going from the footage that I have, and just lay it down and close it out.
Yeah. Well, Explicit was saying that that with more time, the smoother you'll get, and that is true.
Yeah, that's with anything.
Also,
You remember when you
Explicit,
used to be herky jerky with the GPS drone,
true.
and that's
Also,
solely because
Explicit,
of the GPS.
this is the fastest drone I've ever flown before. I even lowered the camera angle so I could slow down some. And I've been flying for the last 4 days. Actually, yesterday it rained, but I flew today. And 2 to 3 days before that, I also flew. So
And
I'm
tomorrow's
getting
gonna
it
be
in.
nice, so you gotta fly tomorrow.
Tomorrow I got to work all day. And then after that, I'm coming straight home and we're going to fly in Brooklyn, our camera drones. But Friday morning, it's on. It's definitely on Friday morning. And I don't mind because that
What's
particular
Friday morning?
park that you
Oh,
see
okay.
is always empty Monday through Friday. I mean, this is the park right here. Hold on. All right, Scott. Hold on. I clicked the wrong thing, of course.
What happened?
I clicked the wrong thing. It's saying this is the park right here that I'm in. That's by me that I've been flying. Leave it. I'll close it. That I fly in, and it's a nice sized park from end to end. From not this end here where the field is, from the other end right here to the far end is 380 yards. So it's basically about 3 football fields length. But I have this park to myself to practice FPV in. And there are some short trees down here that I'm learning to play around with. I did hit one today, I'll admit, but it survived. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It wasn't a butt puckering moment. Let's just say I pray I don't have one of those, but
oh, they're terrible. It's like you're like, and you either pull out of it or you don't.
No, there was one part, Sean, where I heard the $6 million man. She's going down. She's going down. She's breaking up. Yes. And then you see blackness.
Yeah, you see the cloud of smoke and then it just goes. Everything
and tumble.
Then I have to do something. Yeah, the 50-foot roll. But I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm loving it.
He's ragdolled.
I'm loving it more and more. And see, like right here, I learned to slow down and line the tree up, right?
Right.
Well, there a certain part here where for some reason you
grabbed it?
just no, it for some reason it looks a lot closer than it actually is.
Right.
Okay.
What's up,
I
Night
was
Train?
gonna say the tree stepped out in front of you. Night
Well-
Train,
So happening, Night Train.
what's good?
How are you guys? We appreciate you all. I was just showing some of
G1, what's going on?
Herky Jerky FPV, but I do appreciate it.
Mm,
You guys coming in. We appreciate you coming in anytime. We appreciate you when you don't come in because not everyone has time to hang out with those guys in the internet. Some people work, some people are driving home from work. I know
Yeah.
some people that'll be listening to this on their way to work, the live stream.
True.
After
And this is a weird hour. 5 o'clock to 7.
But you know what? It's the middle of the week. And usually, well, in
That's
the
why it's a
winter, it'll
weird
be
hour.
perfect. What's up, EVR? In the winter, it'll be perfect because people go straight home in the winter because it's cold in the middle of the week.
Not here.
You live in
City.
Wisconsin and there's 6 feet of snow. Where are you going? You know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do they do?
Yeah,
about it?
exactly.
I mean, we
Okay.
have
Pusa Studios is about to go live. I just got their early warning beacon.
really.
'Cause
So
it's-
I have to fly anyways. I gotta do a couple of things. And
Where you
then
go? Where you go? Where you going?
all right.
guys, it's good to see you again.
Where you going?
Yes,
Where you going?
yes,
See you
man.
on Sunday?
Always.
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going?
I'm gonna go out with the wife.
Oh, okay.
So
Tell her we
Cool.
said hello.
I will. She's in talking with her mom. They call it talking. I call it arguing, but
Oh.
What do you call? What do they call it?
Arguing. They call it talking.
Oh, we call it Target.
Tajay.
No. They're talking.
Talking.
Yeah. His wife and her mother are talking.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
They're
oh,
having a conversation, not an
He
argument.
calls it arguing.
oh. Okay, I thought you were talking about the store.
No, I know
I misheard.
Tajay. I already know about that.
I misheard. What's up, Organized
Walfat
Confusion?
and Tajay.
All right, man. Have fun.
Waldemar.
Have fun, and don't
All
jump
right,
in the
bro.
middle of fighting women.
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
All right,
shoot.
guys. I'll
You know
see
what?
Sunday.
My nephew just left. He was waiting for a package all day. He just left, and there's a UPS truck outside
Just
right now.
got there.
Hold
That's
on.
fine.
Let me call my nephew because he just left. I'll be right there.
I won't be hanging, Herman.
I'll be right here. Yeah, but yeah, that's how women talk to each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially when they love each other.
Yeah, I know. That's what they call it. Me, it's scary. It's like I just make way. I go sit in my corner and I'm comfortable. I play with my drones and I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm. This is
They're like
it.
little toys to me.
Just go.
Nobody can hear her, right?
No. Nobody can hear as long as we keep talking. No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So when are you going to get into the FPV also? You know it's coming. It's inevitable.
I'm so busy now that I think if I did that, I would.
Now what you do is you plan on getting a drone, getting the gear that you need, and getting it within the next few months.
Mhm.
That way, when football season's over, you're golden.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what's funny? I had wanted a drone, period. You know, I had saw the Phantoms a couple of years back, and I had wanted one so bad, but the price was ridiculous.
Right.
And it was only because of Christmas. And then they had the sale at Best Buy. And then I had all these Best Buy gift cards. And I was walking by the camera section. I was like, oh, they got the drone. That's how much it
I'm
costs.
sorry, Herman. I apologize.
I unloaded the gift cards on it. That's how
My
I got
nephew's
the,
been here all day.
the Osmo Pocket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I unloaded the gift cards on it.
Nice. That's all right. Hey, as long
Sorry,
as you pay
dude.
for it.
My nephew has been here all day waiting for UPS.
What is it?
It's 6:53, And
mean,
as he's down the block, the truck drives right past him. I don't know why he didn't think to look,
the
but
double back.
yeah, he coming back. He's like, I didn't even think. I thought he was going through the block. Because I live at the apex of a hill. So once you get to the top of the hill, right where my house is, the rainwater either goes this way or this way.
So you're uphills both ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
whatever that means.
No, you're at the top of the hill.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Going to school, you got to walk uphill
Yeah.
both ways. And
Yeah,
then going
exactly.
up.
Exactly. No matter
You go
which way I
home,
go.
Laura's got to go uphill both ways.
Yeah, unfortunately. But he's back.
I
And
guess that's when that terminology fits, huh?
All right, guys.
oh,
All right,
thank you
Mr.
for
Crowley,
thank you for
Hanging
hanging out, dude, while I ran out and got the package from my nephew.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Thanks for
Guys,
stopping.
All right.
be good, and I'll see you on those guys.
Fly
on
safe,
Sunday.
bro.
See you later.
Fly tomorrow.
Fly safe. Yeah, we have about 6 more minutes left of the live stream,
5
and
minutes.
we appreciate you all, and we appreciate. Hey, Metro Drones, how are you? And happy Hump Day to you. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. I was
Sean, how you
actually
doing down there?
outside. Sean Geeks Vanna from across the pond. How are you?
Across the pond.
Look, that's what they call the Atlantic. The Brits over there say you live across the pond.
Yeah, okay. It's a trip.
You didn't see the truck pass you?
No, it was behind me.
Oh, it was behind you. So when you went off the block, you went this way.
Yeah.
Well, he came around the corner this way.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, at least you got it. But we appreciate you all. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If you have something to teach someone, teach them. Each one, teach one. Plain and simple. There's no stupid questions in this world,
Hey,
except
Lawrence,
when you come to politics.
Did you see what they were doing? I think it was Qantas or one of these, I think it was airlines over in Australia, what they were trying to do because of the length of the flight. They wanted to do this non-stop flight. And what they were doing, they were planning
All
to
right.
rip out seats out of this plane to make it more comfortable for people to be able to relax for all of those hours
Yeah,
and traveling.
I haven't seen that one.
And they wanted to put like a play area on this plane for children. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
And you
But
hit
it's-
what happens?
but
They
it's-
hit turbulence.
Well, you go back to your seat, but it's supposed to be a non-stop flight to Australia.
That's crazy, man.
They even have a sleeping compartment for the pilot, so they can switch pilots, manning the plane or the
That's
controls.
crazy. All the way from Australia?
Yeah,
Well, if
unless
They
the
head
video I
towards-
was watching was
well, if-
nonsense, that's
if
what they
they-
were talking.
if they head towards like Japan does and flies towards Cali, I could see that. But if they're coming from Australia across the ocean, across Europe, that seems to be the long way. Qantas has launched the 19. That's what he's talking about, Sean.
Yeah,
The
that's what I'm talking
19-hour
about.
service from London to Perth. 19 hours is a long time to be cooped up in a plane with people
People
farting and
don't
with
know,
people farting and
and
No.
all you need is that one guy to start coughing.
oh no, polio. I don't mean it. I don't mean it like that, but it's they're gonna test it from New York to Sydney as well.
See,
Now see, that will be a crazy flight. But think about it. There's always that one guy, and you've been there before. I know you guys in the chat room have. There's always that one guy that don't give a damn where he is and just rips out one
the
and
worst
stands
part
there like-
about that.
and
Is
stands
that-
there. Huh?
The worst part about a flight like that is when everybody's meter is down on 0 and that other guy's baby's meter is on 100.
Yeah, yeah. But that's true. That's true, Sean. Think about the air miles you would get on that trip. But
Yeah,
knowing how they put it in a clause, they'll probably say you have to break it up as you cross time zones or something stupid just to keep from giving you all of that.
you know,
Oh no, I think Lawrence has been on a flight with me. I have not been on any flights with anyone that rip farts, but I've always thought about that when I see people flying from California to Asia, any part in Asia, that's a ride. From New York to Puerto Rico is a 6-hour ride, and that's almost too long for me.
That's odd because it's right there.
It is, but they actually fly out. They actually fly around the Bermuda Triangle. That's why.
That's right there.
And it is right there south. But did you know that they're an hour ahead of us? So it's 6:59 here. It's actually 5:59 there in Puerto Rico. They're 1 hour ahead of us in the time zone, which is strange, but they are. But they actually fly around the Bermuda Triangle to get to Puerto Rico. And you would think
right there.
it is right there. 6-hour ride, bro. Anyway, it is Wednesday night, and we are almost ready to get out of here. We've had a great live stream. For those of you that watched this live stream and mine on Sunday nights with those guys after the live stream, we highly appreciate it. I've been told that I need to start watching them over too.
Why?
No, it just
fun watching them. But you have fun watching them.
Yeah. And one day I was eating breakfast and rolling. I almost woke my wife up one time. We were doing something, and I'm watching the live stream the next day after eating breakfast, and I was in here like I was watching a comedy, man.
Oh, well. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I guess it's time to get out of here.
Yes, it is. Yes. Thank you, Sean, for being a member of the Facebook group. And you don't have to be, in fact, the only way you can get into our Facebook group is you have to know someone in the group, and that person has to vouch for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they call us. We're being prissy, but we're being prissy for a reason, because there are people that will come into the group and start adding fake accounts and fake friends and stuff. And we really, really don't like that. Brant Ariels, I hit the like button and then lurked. Great stream. Thank you much, man. We appreciate you all, don't we, Herman?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Just if you listen or you were hanging out in the chat, thanks for stopping by.
Sean says, what fool vouched for him? I did.
Oh, well.
Good night, Jay Santiago. Good night.
See you later, Jay.
Coast to coast, thank you. We appreciate you all very much.
Thank you all for stopping in and hanging out with those guys. I don't know what happened to Justin today, and Paul never made it back. But I'd like to thank you guys for stopping and hanging out with us. And you got anything else, Lawrence?
No, that's it, man. Don't forget to check us out Sunday nights.
Sunday night with those guys on Novice Quads channel.
Oh, and very soon, look for those guys' merchandise.
Yeah, coming soon.
Shh.
Don't tell nobody.
In the broadcast.
But yeah. No, the not only with the live stream on Sunday night, but I have a video should be out tomorrow. And Lawrence, what you got on Monday?
I'm gonna release something on Monday. There'll probably be some more FPV stuff.
Okay. So
I'm in this FPV kick. I'm like grinding real hard.
Well, anyway, let's get out of here. And I'll see you next time on Phantom Flight 101 with those guys.